Thank you. Professor Kurtz, Mr. Griffith, and Director Chen and Professor Ding, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Fang Xin, Third Secretary from the Cultural Office of the Chinese Embassy here in the UK. Mr. Sheng Xiaowei, the Minister Council of Culture of the Chinese Embassy, is currently in China and cannot attend the conference. But he would like to send his best wishes to all of you. And I would like to read his message and convey his greetings to the speakers and audiences here today. He would like to extend his special thanks to the University of Oxford and Peking University, where he graduated, for making this conference possible. We are always very grateful that China is rich in cultural resources. I think many of you might know that as of this year, 48 Chinese sites were inscribed on UNESCO's World Heritage List. China is now second to Italy for its World Heritage sites. We see it as our responsibility and priority to take care of this cultural heritage. And the Chinese government attaches great importance to the protection and heritage of the cultural heritage. A very brief flashback on the legislation process of China's cultural heritage protection. The country, the People's Republic of China, was established in 1949. And in the following year, in 1950, the Chinese government implemented the first cultural relics and historical site protection regulation. And if my memory is right, and I think it's right, in November of 1949, a special office within the Ministry of Culture was set up to tackle the issue of cultural relics protection. So it was only a month after the country was born. So it shows the level of attention and the level of importance that the Chinese government is aware of this issue. Following to 1982, the Chinese government implemented the first cultural relics protection law, and the Fourth Amendment was made earlier this year. And moving on to 2011, China issued the first law for intangible cultural heritage protection. And I think it's very worth mentioning that in this law, it specifically stated that archives and digital database should be established and well preserved. And these information should be available for public access. So these are some of the milestones of China's development of cultural heritage protection in a legislation perspectives. And the implementation of these laws and regulations are indeed very important for us, for the Ministry of Culture, to carry out our jobs. But I think it's also very important that the research and studied by all of you here. That's why I think this conference is very timely and important, because it links the right people together. And I sincerely hope that the three-day conference, scholars and experts from both China and the UK will be able to share information, exchange views, and be able to work more closely in the future. And finally, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy here in the UK, I wish this conference a very successful one. Thank you very much.